guys, welcome back. Today we are using a brand that really needs no introduction, Barrister Mann Glissant based soap in the Lime Lavender and Cedarwood scent. Now this will not be my first impressions of this soap because I used a sample when it was re-released this fall. It was actually the very first scent that they ever concocted and released to the market. And I don't know how long it's been since it was released, but it's got brand new label art that looks stunning. It looks, you can't really take a bad photo of it unless you just turn it around backwards. It's bright and vibrant. I love it. I love the presentation in these jars, these clear, like acrylic jars with black lids. They feel good in the hand. They're high quality. It's just the complete package here. So without further ado, let's get going with this shave. So the scent, of course, the main notes are lime, lavender, and cedar, just as the title implies. Dry. The scent is medium strength. Let's say right in the middle, and it's very lime forward. The lime is still present, lathered, but I believe at least to my nose, that the lavender and cedar kind of like so you have think of it this way: you have lime in the driver's seat, and lavender and cedar in the back seat. Well, they pull over and they switch. They switch sides, or they switch from front to back. That's the best way I can describe it. And I love lavender, so if you don't like lavender or lime or cedar, some people have a skin reaction to cedar, this may not be for you. But I think I like all of those scents, and together it's heaven for me. So just keep in mind, this isn't my first impression. This is something I already love, and it will get a higher score than many of the other soaps that I've reviewed. And that's not to say I didn't like any of those soaps. There was only one that I really didn't like of the, I think, 5 videos that I've done now. That was the Dapper Dragon Tallow base, and that was mostly because I didn't like the scent. But this one will get noticeably higher marks just because the ingredients list is stellar. It's got a lot of ingredients in it, a lot of high-end stuff. The packaging, as you saw, is high-end. The label is stellar, and there's no air bubbles. It's very professional and clean looking. And the scent is, outstanding. So it's going to get a high score. I can already tell you that. Well, let's get started. This is a silver blue blade in this Gillette Tech. So here we go. As I was saying right before, cut over, I don't consider 70s, scores in the 70s to be bad scores. They are above average. If you look at I put a little grade, on the last video I put a little grade chart, like what numbers mean. Anything above like a 65 I consider above average. Anything below that is kind of just kind of, you can pass. It's a crowded market. You gotta make, you can't just score everything an 8. You gotta have some sort of, or at least I think so, or some vague chart, and that's fine if you do that, but I personally think I need to make a further distinction about what I consider to be really high-end great stuff, but lower on the other end of the scale, still good, but not, more budget level items. You'll probably see me buff a little more than I normally do with this soap, just because the slickness is very high. It is stellar. It is not what I would call above average. It's well above average, like, in the outstanding territory. At least high 80s, low 90s. All right, back for pass number 2. Uh-oh. I probably should have put my contacts on like I did in my last video. It's very easy to get this all over my glasses. All right, let's get going. Cross grain on the cheeks. If you're looking for if you're using newer razors and you want a vintage Gillette, can't go wrong with this one. Gillette Ball-In Tech. Or a Gillette Fat Handle Tech for that matter. The Gillette Fat Handle was my first razor. And I tore my neck up with it because I didn't know how to properly use a safety razor. But now that I know what I'm doing, for the most part, you know, I've not cut myself on a video yet. It's one of my best shavers easily, along with this one. In fact, I've used little else since I rediscovered the Tex. Alright, I think I've done enough on my neck and my cheeks. Off camera, I'll be doing the back of my neck because it's been about 2 weeks since I had a haircut, and I usually like to keep that area, you know, trimmed up. That'd be too awkward to film, so I'll spare you that. I'll be back with my thoughts on the Lime Lavender Cedar post shave splash, and because I've never used it before, so this is exciting. So stick around. Back with the post shave product. I have applied my alum. Minimal sting on the neck. It's the least I've had in a couple of weeks. I had kind of a rough shave on my neck, and you can still see the bumps from it. They've just never gone away. I probably need to get me some of that Barbados razor bump. I started to almost sound like a Southern New Yorker just in Barbados razor bump. Nah. Yeah, these have not gone away, so I'm a little concerned about them. So anyway, let's get back to my first impressions of the aftershave. I've never used it, so here it goes. I've already shaken it up. Get out a decent amount here. The lime, as it dries on my hand, I can smell the lime a lot, but my first impression is that it's heavy on the lavender and cedar. I think more cedar than anything else. I'm gonna get a little more since I shaved the back of my neck. Yeah. This is a composite denatured alcohol and witch hazel aftershave. I'll just go ahead and read the ingredients to you. Pretty good ingredient list, things that are good and healing for your skin. You also didn't see me shave right here, because if I don't, a little unibrow shows up, and we don't want any of that. But scent wise, I think, yeah, the dry down is like lime and cedar. The cedar is pretty heavy. I think the lavender is fainter than the soap, but I like it. I've never had cedar in an aftershave, and I'm really liking it. All right, closing thoughts. Top-notch shave. You can't really get much better than Barrister Mann. I know a lot of people like their reserve base the best. But it's a little thirstier. It's not as easy to lather. You have to work with it a little more. And I think, you know, it excels at like every parameter, and maybe a little more than Glissant. But Glissant is so easy, and it is no slouch in performance at all. And they still do most of their soaps in that base for a good reason. It's excellent. You can't say a bad thing about it. It's top marks. I don't know if I would say perfect, because I don't think anything is perfect, but as high as I would rate it, probably a 9.5 on everything. But I had a great shave, and I hope you do too. And thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit like and leave a comment for any feedback that you think would help me out. If you don't like it, you know, hit the thumbs down, and also tell me, you know, things I can do better. I'm always looking to improve. So until next time.